What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. If you're enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we did have to commandeer a customer vehicle. That way we could actually do a little bit of exploration. Also, if you haven't seen the previous episode, make sure you go back and watch it. Otherwise, you might be a little bit confused. But we ended up doing a few pizza deliveries, and I think it was our third customer actually told us that they had this old rickety barn they were planning on tearing down, and that they had some sort of a vehicle left inside of it. But they offered that place up to us with the car included for 2,000 buckaroonies, and I couldn't sleep on a deal like that, so we decided to pull the trigger on it. And today the first thing we're going to be doing is making our way out that direction. Actually, I should probably check my map. Okay, down a little bit further, but we're going to be making our way out that direction, and we're gonna figure out what vehicle is stored inside this old rickety barn. I'm stoked, dude. I hope it's, wait, I think it's up here on the right. I hope it's something cool. Wait, that might be a house. Okay, that is totally a house. We went too far. We need to go in the forest here a little bit. We're like nearly on top of the thing now. It's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's probably gonna take a minute for, yeah, stuff to load in. Go figure. Bit like the junkyard, or really anything else. But let's hit the ignition, and we'll hop out. We'll check out our very first barn find. Our first ever barn find. This barn kind of looks a little creepy. Like, why are there chains everywhere, and like a way too big axe, a bunch of torturing devices? Little sketch, not gonna lie, a bit sketch back in here. But this is the vehicle that we've purchased. A two-door lad coupe drop top. Got anything inside of it? Okay, needs a new fuel tank, obviously. New upholstery work as well. I wonder if this runs. Let's hop in, old girl, and we'll see if she's still got it. She's got nothing. She's got a whole lot of nothing. And I think the reason for that is it needs an air filter, needs an oil filter, needs a new distributor, probably the spark plug wires as well. I don't know if that's the fuel filter or the fuel pump, but that looks a bit dusted. Water pump as well needs replaced. Yeah. And a new starter. Definitely needs a new starter. I don't think that we're going to be able to get this thing turned over and running today. So there goes one of my ideas. My first idea was we could throw all these like random parts and stuff that are kind of scattered inside this vehicle, and we could just drive it back to our garage. Then when we get back to the garage, we could just tell the lady that, hey, your alternator belt is fixed and ready to go, and she would just come out here herself and pick her vehicle up. But it looks like we're gonna be loading up a bunch of stuff in the customer vehicle, and honestly, I think we're just gonna have to turn around and sell this thing. We'll be able to find something so much better a little while later on, I'm sure. But let's see. Oh, we could tow it to the garage. I wasn't aware that you could do that. We could tow it to the garage for 100 bones. We could tow it to our house for 100 bones as well, or we could just sell it on the spot and make 2,600 bucks. Because again, we only paid $2,000 for all the stuff in the barn and the car included. I don't know, dude. I'm a little torn now. I don't know what we should do here. Instead of selling it, it might also be a good idea to have it towed to the garage, and then we could try to part it out to see if we could maybe get more money doing things that way. But it's only got a 2-star overall condition, so I'm not really sure we'd be able to get much money for all of these body panels. We could tear off each body panel and respray them. They don't even have to be sprayed the same color if they're not, you know, attached to the same vehicle anymore. And we could pawn them off to the pawn shop, dude, for, I'm sure, a decent price. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Okay, let me just collect all of these things, all the random little bits and things that came with it, and And we'll go from there. Did that just fall through the floorboard?
Many minutes later.
Alrighty, it is starting to get pretty dark on us, so I've decided we're just gonna have this vehicle towed back to the garage. It's only 100 bones, and then when it gets there, we can decide what we're actually gonna do with the thing. There also weren't near as many things like scattered around the barn as I originally thought, but we've got this customer's vehicle absolutely loaded up. I might not even be able to get in. Didn't really think about that whatsoever. Okay, yeah, this is a problem. You know, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised by the time we get back to the garage if that passenger side door is just no longer a part of the vehicle. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest bit.
The next day.
First thing we're gonna do this morning is hopefully complete this job for 70 bones. Oh, I forgot one thing. Okay, you know what? Oh, I can't put this in the backpack either. Just one item, that's not too bad. That's not a big deal. I can definitely bring this down to the pawn shop by hand. But before we head down there, we need some food, bad. So let's get some chips, probably some corn flakes, and 2 bottles of water. Okay, that should hold us over for a little while. Let's grab our window. We'll head down to the pawn shop. I don't know that I've ever sold anything to this guy. And we're gonna be waiting just a few minutes. Just 10 minutes until this guy actually opens up shop. Hopefully we'll be able to see him swing these container doors open or something. That would be kind of sick. There we go. Can we, like, actually interact with you at all? Guess not. Okay, well, if I remember correctly, we just have to pick all these things up and drop them over here. 39 bucks for a whole door? Okay, but what about the transmission tunnel? Okay, $7, not as much as I was hoping for. What was this? A floor, the trunk floor to a Bart? 27 bucks. Okay. A whole window. I think this is like a rear window. 92 bones. This is actually a really good moneymaker. Takes a bit of time to sell all this stuff off. 45 bucks. I don't even know what that thing was. But yeah, it takes a bit of time to sell this stuff off. Only $1? But definitely worth it if you're selling the right things. 18 bucks for a clutch. This has seen better days, so I'm not sure, yeah, we'd get much out of that. Two bones. An alternator cover for 10. Next up, an oil filter that actually looks like it's in good condition. That's 10 bones. Got a front hub for 18. And an exhaust. Oh, this is a motorbike, like the Cafe Racer exhaust. 44 bucks. And then last but not least, a set of handlebars for the same machine. 12 bones. Alrighty, sir. That's all I had for you for right now anyways. Appreciate the business. We're back up to 13,000 buckaroonies in total. And we still have an entire car left over. So I'm still kind of toying with the idea maybe we try to disassemble it as much as we can and just sort of sell all the parts off of it. But also it might be better if we just sell the whole vehicle. You know what? Let's go next door. Let's see if they're selling anything we'd even want to buy. And we'll go from there. Also, I didn't notice until just now. Right here it says used toys at a low price. That's what this place used to be, I guess. We've got another 2-door Lad coupe right there. Non-drop top though. Got the hard top on that unit. Wait, there's an El Camino? There's an El Camino? Since when? What's this thing called? The Jesse. $17,000. Okay, even if we sold our current 2-door Lad, we still wouldn't have enough money to buy this thing. But just knowing that these exist, that is very, very sweet. It's got a bit of rust on it, but that's, you know, something we could take care of pretty easily. And then what kind of engine does this thing have? To be honest, I don't really want to buy any of these. Well, I want to buy the one in the middle, the El Camino, of course. But we just can't afford that. So the other two, not really interested. I do think I'm going to end up selling this one, though. because we might, at 4,600 bucks, we might end up having enough for that El Camino. $17,700. I don't remember off the top of my head how much this thing was, but I remember it being at least 17,000. We could totally do it. We could totally do it, but we would have to like fix the rust and turn around and sell it off immediately, just because then we wouldn't have any money left over whatsoever. Color condition is 4 stars. Overall condition is 3. Hopefully it runs, I guess. But we just bought an El Camino, so that's pretty sick. Where's this thing actually go? Right on over here. There's a little parking lot off to the side of this thing. Please, please, please turn over. I'm gonna be so sad if we just paid all that money and it doesn't even run. It does run. It do go down. Okay, hang on, hang on. Parking brake. It sounds kind of wicked. Not even gonna lie, it sounds kind of wicked. Okay, turning radius not super great. But what a machine, dude. I'm not gonna womp on it or anything, just because I'm kind of scared that I would ruin it. But let's get it brought inside the garage and we'll start tackling this rust repair. All we should need for that is our angle grinder. But first we need to attach the yellow disc to it. And I remember this being very, very loud, so brace yourselves. Oh, easy. Okay, all the rust up there already gone. Back here, same deal. A little bit more touch up right there. Maybe we could hop in this deal. Or not. Okay, but the tailgate drops. Let's try that again. Alrighty then. That is just not happening. Can't be done. Can we reach it from here though? A little bit. There we go. Just had to take care of that one spot there, and then there's quite a bit on the tailgate yet. There we go. All right, any more rust? I think, honestly, I think that's everything. How much could we get for it now? Just getting rid of the rust. I think that's the same price. I don't think the price has gone up whatsoever. So maybe if we resprayed the whole car, like the same color. Honestly, I like this color. Kind of a lavender-esque look going on here. But yeah, let's try to get the same color. Color code is 7253A1. 7253A1. There we are. Oh, you can buy just a paint pen now too? I wasn't aware of that. Dude, there's so many new things here in my garage. So many new things that we're going to be able to check out, and I am very, very much looking forward to it. Oh, we've got a little bit more rust on the bottom side of the hood. So we'll just touch up that little bit right there. Close the hood again. We've got another little spot just there. I want to do all the small touch-up stuff first, and then we'll actually like paint the whole panels that are just the wrong color entirely. A little bit right there, just underneath that rear window. Great movie, by the way. Alfred Hitchcock film. Why does the door look like it's a different shade of purple? It's not letting me respray it. Maybe that's just a visual thing. So we'll move around to the front. Get around that headlight bezel right there. We might even have to remove... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, we might have to remove that chrome bumper. But if I can spray around it, I'll just spray around it. That's easy. Okay. That looks pretty solid. Hopefully we got full coverage on that whole piece. And then the doors are tricky sometimes because you do have to open them up and actually like get the door jambs and everything like that. See, this side looks like it's the same shade, but then you go around here and it really does look different. It could just be a lighting thing. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll find out when we turn around and try to sell this thing. But we'll touch up just that little bit at the bottom of the door and that lime green side skirt as well. Now we can open this sucker up. Yeah, see the door jambs right here. Got to make sure you touch those up. Now we can run our empty can over to the dumpster and we'll see how much we're going to get for this now. 19,000. A super, super quick, just rust repair job, and we're getting 19,000. We bought this for 17.4, if I remember correctly. So that is a decent amount of money. Overall condition is still 3 stars. Let's see if there's anything else we could do to this thing just real quick to make it, to make it worth quite a bit more. Yeah, the entire block would need to be replaced, and that's a big job. That is a big, big job. We've got like some torsion bars down there. I think that's what those are called. Just one of those seems to be bad. And then the brake lines? Can the brake lines get gross too now? I don't remember that being a thing. But what we can change out, I gotta find my wrench. Oh, we don't need this anymore. That's from the customer vehicle that we commandeered. But we should be able to switch to loosening mode here and swap this battery out. Or, you think we could charge the thing? Would that work? Yeah, I don't really want to wait around to find out if we can do that or not. So I think it's probably just easiest if we buy a new battery. But I'm not going to buy it from the catalog here. We're going to just hoof it around the corner. There is only one type of battery, right? Okay, absolutely. 69 bucks. Love to see that. Love to see that. So every time I type a T in that search bar, it'll turn my torch, my little headlamp on. I was wondering why that was happening in the previous episode, and it wasn't until I was editing that I figured it out. We only have $129 left to our name, so we need to flip this thing for some big, big profits. But we've just got to tighten those 2 terminals right there. Close the hood up. Let's see how much we're going to get for it now. Okay, it did go up just slightly. 19,269 bones, dude. Let's go ahead and sell this thing off. Now we have $19,398 to our name. That is a very, very good day here. There's one more thing I want to do today, and unfortunately, we are going to have to commandeer another customer vehicle. Can you change the fuel tank? We've been through this once before, but now I actually sort of know what I'm doing. So we'll accept this job. 131 bones is all we're going to get for it. But at least we'll have another vehicle that we can cruise around town with. There's one more place that I wish we would have explored in the previous episode that we're just going to get it knocked out today. You know what? We might as well. Just one bolt then on that. That whole deal will come off. And there is a cap on here, so any fuel that they have in it right now, we should theoretically be able to empty out into the new tank. But we need a 40-liter tank over from the parts store. Let's get this one bolted in. Gotta bend over, grab our wrench, switch to tightening mode so we can get that tightened up. And then this fuel cap we're gonna have to remove. And I think this fuel cap as well. Uh-oh. Is that not gonna work? Okay, maybe before we, hang on, let's try this again. We're gonna toss the original one back in, and before we remove it, I'm gonna try to, nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, maybe we have to like fully bolt it back in then. But before we remove it, I'm gonna try to remove the lid here, and we'll see if that will work. So now that that's done, we can come back in with our wrench, loosen that up, and pull it on out. But I don't want it to tip over, so I'm going to have to kind of be a little bit careful about this. Maybe right there. Please don't tip over. I'd hate to lose all that fuel. See, we could probably do this without even needing a jerry can. That's kind of the idea in doing things this way. Okay, this should work, right? It should work. I don't know how much fuel is even in this thing, but I need to grab it a little bit differently, and also probably from over here, right? So it actually pours. Please work. It says filling. Okay, it said filling for like the most brief second, but let's get that put on. Is that enough? Could we complete the job? We could. Okay, but we are obviously going to need quite a bit more fuel if we're going to go drive this thing around. So let's bring this tank back in the garage. We can't get rid of it right now because we haven't actually completed the job, technically. But we'll take it across the street, fill it up, and then we'll make our way out to the next location I want to go investigate. You know, how much was that? 35 bones? Yeah, that's fine. I wonder what would happen, though, if you were to, like, fill up a gasoline vehicle with diesel or a diesel vehicle with gasoline. Like, I just wonder if the game would actually register that what you're doing is wrong. We might have to test that out sometime. All right, you guys, we have arrived at the airfield. This is also the drag strip. I have no idea how the drag strip actually works, or if it functions, if it has a tree or anything like that. But I'm assuming if it were to have those things, it would be down on this end. So we're gonna head down here, sort of by these hangars, and we'll see if that exists or not. Solid looking hangars though. I'm not seeing a tree. So honestly, feeling quite a bit better about my decision to not include that in the previous episode, since it was a bit of a letdown. But that also could just be because I don't know how to properly initiate the drag strip race. Who knows? Who knows? But your boy's feeling pretty good now. We've got nearly 20,000 big ones in the back pocket, and I think that's where we're going to wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.